It's a grand old fang, it's a high-flying...
Time now for Club Corner with Melbourne and Fitzroy representing the Demons. Robbie Flower, their skipper, and Fitzroy, Robert Walls, their coach. Asking the questions, Kevin Bartlett.
Robert, firstly, another disappointing start to the season for Fitzroy after being finalists last year. Your forward line yesterday, apart from Bernie Quinlan, really non-existent.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Kevin. Our forward line didn't function at all. Not much system or flow there, and certainly kicking for goal was inaccurate, and we made hard work of it.
Gary's side bottom to me is a big loss down at Fitzroy because he did do a lot of the bullocking work, ruck work in that forward line. And of course, Gary Pert yesterday, not as big as side bottom. What about the future at centre half forward?
Yes, well, we certainly missed the size and strength and spirit of Gary's side bottom, but Gary's gone, so we have to develop from there. I think Gary Pert will be able to take over there and do the job well. He certainly has got a lot to learn, but he's young and he's enthusiastic and he's a smart player. And, you know, it might take a while, but I'm sure that he'll be able to fill the bill there.
Robert Flower, the performance yesterday of Melbourne was, I felt, a very, very good one, particularly with the new forward set up with Cordner at full forward and Wilson in the pocket. Now, obviously, this is going to be the pattern for Melbourne all year. Cordner, Ron Barassi said several years back, might be 6 years before he's a good player, but it looks like he's arrived a bit earlier than that.
Yes, I think David's performance at full forward was good, and Brian Wilson's disciplined performance in the forward pocket was just as good. They combined really well with David being able to fly for the marks, and when it hit the ground, Brian, instead of his usual tactic of flying with other players, rode the packs well, and between them they kicked 13 goals.
Robin White, your new recruit from South Adelaide, fitted in very nicely and seems to have added a little bit of strength and toughness to the Melbourne defence. Certainly,
he's a great acquisition to our side, and the way he goes and attacks the ball, and also the opposition players, when they get the ball, it's not too many that evade him. He's an excellent tackler, and you know, we're privileged to have him on our side, and he's really led by example there.
Andrew Cross, a reject from St Kilda. A lot of people felt he was going to be a bit too slow for league football, but yesterday, in his debut for Fitzroy, played very, very well.
Yes, Kevin, I think that was one of the pleasing parts of the day for us, was the performance of Andrew. He's a player who we've had our eye on for a couple of years, and we were delighted to get him. He plays it hard, he plays it strong, and he's got a lot of skill. And I thought his first up game for us was quite good.
And just finally, Robert, when we look at O'Sullivan from Melbourne, it was great to see him back playing good football again, because he's had a very bad time with injuries.
Yes, his performance on a wing was quite pleasing, and he can only get better from here. It's his first real game for a number of weeks, and his fitness will certainly improve from there and be a great player for us.
Thank you to both Roberts. Here's Lou.
The two Roberts, yes, and we've had quite a few phone calls. I am standing up if you really want to know. From Red Tulip, you've got the magnificent basket of Easter eggs, and don't forget, as I said before, next Friday is the Good Friday appeal for the Children's Hospital, and be in it because it's great. And also from Batoki, you got the magnificent small goods. They're just out of this world, Robert and Robert.
Thanks, Luke.
Didn't play on the wing yesterday, mate. Missed you there a bit.
Didn't get a game.
Let's check the voting in the Canberra Club Award from the game yesterday. Peter Moore, David Cordner and Brian Wilson getting the votes for the Demons, while for the Roys, Bernie Quinlan, Bernie Harris and Matt Rendell.
The player who tops his club voting for season 1985 will win $500 with the compliments of Canberra Television.
Once upon a time, a family wanted a video recorder. But was it worth it? Then Bert said, "Don't worry, rent one from Canberra TV. They'll have it in your home today." Shortly after, the Canberra TV man arrived with their video recorder and set it up to a T. Now Dad records his programs and Mum watches her favourite movies from the Canberra Video Library. Now the moral is, if you can't make up your mind about a video recorder, rent one from Canberra TV and be entertained happily ever.
Rock Hudson, Mia Farrow, on top of the world, running the ultimate winter playground and refusing to believe the warning of imminent disaster. Can anyone survive the avalanche? Wednesday night at 8:30 on 7.
It's time now to check the Hoover leading VFL goal kicker. And at the end of season 85, the player who tops the league goal-kicking list will receive a magnificent household of Hoover and $1,000 in cash. You too can be a winner and score a Hoover Turbo Power convertible upright vacuum cleaner in today's Hoover Who Kicked It competition.
Yes, great to have Hoover with us this year, and all you've got to tell us is who kicked that one for Hoover. That's the action at Princes Park yesterday. Another goal on the board to Fitzroy. And as I said, all you've got to tell us is who kicked it, and you could be a winner each week in our Hoover Who Kicked It competition. Well, there have been plenty of goals scored so far in this opening round of the season. As we check the goal scoring list, 2 players with 9 yesterday in fine performances, namely Simon Beasley